Oh, excuse me. Sorry. What's up, guys? Reality Ray, the lamb. Yeah, I'm sorry I ain't been really on here. I've been stuck in the zone today. I had a very, very, very bad night. A very, very, not a bad morning. It was a hard, bad waking up this morning. Then I read my email and I got a notice to leave the company that I'm at because I'm doing my live TV show. Not saying like someone told me, but I got a notice that I have to leave the company that I'm at from my home care because my they said my mentals, they can't deal with my mental problems. And I don't know, they act like I'm being violent or I'm hitting people. I'm not hitting nobody. I may say a lot of things, but I'm not hitting nobody. I just knew somebody was gonna be looking for something. Um, I just can't do nothing in my life because they gonna make a problem with everything. This is what I feel. I don't know what other word to use, they, because you get in trouble for using the word they. You get in trouble for using the word y'all. You get in trouble for using the word people. But if you say somebody's name, then you're in trouble. So I just got, basically, I feel like I'm in trouble because, I don't never have no way to defend myself. And these people, see, I don't even know what to say, that's mental manipulation, and I can't even avoid it because I don't have nobody to make me feel like I'm strong or protected or can stand up for myself. But basically, I got a 30-day notice to leave because they said my mental situation is sabotaging my case. Because basically, I feel as personally, they don't feel like dealing with my issues or they don't feel like being careful enough to not trigger me. They don't feel like being that careful. They don't want to do all of that. They don't feel like not hitting my triggers. But that's the whole point of having MRDD training and stuff like that. Like, because where people gotta have those things, I'm not sure because I don't, but I think so. I'm just a little stressed out in the inside. They didn't mention, like, I feel like I feel personally, in my opinion, that like I was being blackmailed because it was mentioned that, you know, I was lied on. It said that I suspected neglect. I mean that I'm accusing basically neglect. They're making a report because I called the police to report the neglect. See, that's intimidation for me. Like, I don't know what to do. Just how I feel. And I just heard somebody say, "Keep trying, bitch. Keep trying, bitch." So I don't know where that came from. But it was very loud. But that's why I was talking to you. Just why I was saying that. It's just like, keep trying, bitch. Like, but then the person who was working for me a while, a little, not too, whatever. They didn't say that they people. They didn't say they boyfriend was buying me lunch. If they was, I don't know. I wasn't eating it. I didn't have it for breakfast or whatever it was. I know somebody brought me breakfast one time. The person brought me breakfast one time. So the owner had helped me out with a few things, and they put all of that in the 30-day notice. All of these things went in the 30-day notice that I was unappreciative. But I think that people in life feel like you're supposed to be appreciative through anything that's done to you. Like, they don't care what they do to you wrong or make you feel, bad, and they don't care how you feel about anything else as long as you appreciate and don't say nothing about it, because you need to appreciate what they were doing for you is what I feel. And I feel that is why everything was done, because, every time somebody do something for me, I be like, I don't want that. And, people be trying to set me up and they be lying on me and they turn around and try to use it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to help you. And this is out the kindness of my heart. But then they did. They tried to do the same exact thing. Um, and it's messed up because I keep being right. And I really don't want to be right. I just want these things to come out as traumas, but then I turn out right. And basically was saying like I'm causing problems basically with all the workers. All the workers then bought me this, spent this, did that, and I'm like, I said that's why I don't want to receive nothing. I'm not comfortable accepting anything from them. And I was informed that, as long as they're if they're offering it to you, what can you say? But they keep offering it to me, and then they did it. They tried to get me in trouble. Like, they didn't even try to get me in trouble. They were hoping that these things would make me look bad by saying, oh, she doesn't appreciate it. I got her litter. I got her cat litter. But all these things I offer to pay back. I promise to God, I offer to pay back. I don't want it. I want to pay back. I don't want to owe nobody nothing, and I don't want to give nobody any room to use anything against me, but it still happens. So I didn't say nobody's name. They're saying that I'm slandering their name on the internet. Basically, they're saying that I'm making them look bad and talking about them on social media, on the internet, period. But I'm not. I haven't said anybody's name, so they just lied on me. I'm doing this for me to feel comfortable in my home and for me to always have documentation of what's going on with me and my home, because people lie on me like that. I didn't get that because I was trying to respect their privacy and not, but they used they used it against me. And I'm pretty sure that these arguments I've been getting in lately are provoked. That's how I feel. But you know, I need this camera on me for my own safety and for my protection, because I am being set up, I am being framed, I am being lied on. And people do try to use situations that do happen because they walk me into them, and then they turn around and turn on me, turn the situation around on me or use them against me. So I keep hearing this scream like, oh, you lost your services. But how did I lose my services and I didn't do nothing? Because I feel like that is a goal for me, that people are going to make me lose my services. And then I have problems with people on the street. So I feel really lost, and I don't feel like nobody really wants to help me or is trying to help me, because I'm not no upset person all the time. I'm really a calm person. You really have to do something to me to make me react in a manner. And I just feel like my triggers are not being respected or watched out for, because if I have a mental disability, why are you bashing on me for that? Why are you coming at me about what I'm saying if I can't help this and this is the way I feel? Those are what traumas are. Those were that's what PTSD is from, and psychosis is from. Psychosis, like I said, I think this morning or yesterday or whatever, is shock. It's shock. You know, somebody erased my post off my page last night, so that means that they're stalking me. I'm not stalking them. If you coming on my page and you looking for stuff and you finding stuff, you're stalking me. You're looking for me. And if I can't identify you on my page, or if I can't identify you anywhere else, then that means you're stalking me. You're going to go look for something to cause a problem, you know? And people seem to be pulling anything that they possibly can. I can't say no names because I'm not allowed to. I get in trouble. They're just waiting. I'm been put in a trap. I'm trapped. And that's how I feel, is that I've been put in a trap. And I feel like while I'm sitting here thinking that life is going to go smooth and I'm going to be able to live life, go to school, do my podcast, do my live, start bettering myself, I feel like they working against me. They're not planning on that. They're not planning on letting me do that. I feel like they're planning to get me locked away, to get my services rendered, to keep me stressed out. I don't think I'm going to get out the situation. I know that I think that these people who I'm with, I can't even say county, you know what I'm saying? Because I try to say things that are not direct, because I know that they looking and waiting for me to say it so they can come at me and attack me with that. But I feel like they be trying to catch me panicking, like when I was always on my live, making me upset, making me break down in the middle of it. I said I feel all of this was to prevent me being able to do anything to show people my real self. People don't know that I got a brain. People don't know that I could be slightly intelligent. I mean, I think I'm a little stupid too, but I think I'm a little intelligent. You know, people don't know that I love God like that, and not in a mental way. People don't know that I study and read and I love knowledge. People don't know that I love life. I love the word. People don't know I don't love life because people make it miserable. People is a big word right here. Miserable for me. It's like a fluctuation up and down, and I know that's what life's about. It's ups and downs, ups and downs. But mine's just seem to be abnormally up and down. It's not normal. I, I, it's hard for me not to go into shock, and it's so sad for myself because I feel myself doing it. I'm so self-aware. I think that if I was to go into a coma, I would still be aware, and that's really scary. That's how aware I feel in this world. Like, I need to figure out how to leave my body type thing and go astral projection and leave somewhere or something, because I feel like I'm not leaving. Like, I mean, I'm leaving. How do I say this? Through an interesting and yet gross science experiment, and it's not a bad lesson for all of us. I feel like no matter what I do, like, just say if something like I was to go under a coma, I feel like I'm overly hypersensitive, meaning fully aware, almost like fully aware if I was in, what do you call it? Anesthesia, I would still feel it. And it would still cause pain because I could feel that tugging nerve or sensitive, like when you scratch a chalkboard and it makes that noise, or when you scratch the bed sheets. That bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the feeling. It's like, it sends a say, just like right now, it sends a sensation all the way through my body. So HSP, I'm extra sensitive, and that's why I said I feel like they don't understand it, because even the doctor understood when I told them HSP, like, okay, you're going to have to put her all the way out because she's a hypersensitive. She's too sensitive to things she'll be able to feel, when I was discussing one of these procedure, a thing that I was supposed to be setting up for. So that's why I be in so much pain when somebody tell you, oh, you're not in pain. Like the other lady the other day when we got into it while I was in the bathroom, she kind of started something with me. And I finished it because I got upset. I surely did. And I did lose. I went to a trauma. I went into shock. And I couldn't. I was yelling. I was mad. I was panicking. I was screaming. Not really as bad as I've ever screamed before, but I was screaming. And she mentioned to me, you're a liar. You're faking. You acting. And said that she said that I wasn't in no pain while I was laying in there. And when she left me in this bathroom, and I'm like, okay, you know, how can you tell me what pain I'm in? You wrong to even try to tell me that I wasn't in no pain when I know my body. And I'm laying in a position that has caused me pain for too long, because, that's why I said I feel like people don't care about the disability. That was my clue right there, that she didn't look at my disability as a disability. She looked at me as an individual person, like on the street. She didn't look at me like a patient. She didn't look at me like a client. You just told me I'm in this wheelchair with juvenile spinal muscular dystrophy, SMA3. And my body is contorting, it's tightening up, it's curling up from no therapy. I can't have steady enough services to get therapy. And you sitting here telling me that I'm over here leaned over on this toilet into this wheelchair, and I can't sit up without you sitting me up, but I'm not in pain. But I'm asking you to come sit me up. I'm mentioning that you're not coming to sit me up. I'm talking about it the whole time. And still, she never came to sit me up. So I'm sorry before I get into it, because, see, I'm going into one of them things again. My bad. Going into one of them things. But anyways, I just don't know what to do because I don't feel like I'm going to get out this situation. I don't feel like I'm going to have a defense. I almost feel like I'm going to get in trouble because she tried to get me in trouble and say I asked her for some weed. I can't stop. Asked her for some smoke. I didn't. I didn't ask her for it. Now I had to go look, and I know that I have asked for. I started asking for a little bit of something here and there to give back, or when I had change here to give it right back after I was made comfortable, you know, to ask, offered, here. I got it. And I'll be like, well, can I give you the money? Let me take this money. Let me give it back. I don't feel comfortable. And I knew it was the reason I didn't feel comfortable. What do we do first? And then they kept telling me, no, they don't want it. It was all right. No, they don't want it. 50 cents, $1, $2, cat food. Like, seriously, I said I would get the money back for this stuff. And every time I said, no, don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. But I want to give it back, so you can't bring it up and say exactly what just got said about me. I'm unappreciative. And I'm causing problems. I complain about everybody. I say everybody doing something wrong. And the way that these words are phrased is to hurt me. It's not saying I really have an issue with the services because maybe they're not doing it wrong. I'm in the home with people, and I know when somebody is not following my directions the right way for my body and my home. But apparently I'm not allowed to say that because I just got kicked out of a company. I have 30 days to get out of the company. I'm not allowed to say that company's name because I don't want people going after them. Not like they would anyways. But I'm just saying, like, I have to leave because they don't want to do the right thing, and that's what I feel is I have to leave because it's too stressful for them to do what the ISP say. So, I mean, my triggers are all these things are in my ISP. All these things and the things that are getting complained about, my mental situation, is in the ISP. My triggers are in the ISP. This caretaker wear dresses and leggings all the time to my house. But I'm wrong. And that's a trigger for me. That would make me feel like that's where I really would start thinking somebody's doing it on purpose. And then the whole care get trusty. Like when a person keeps redoing something I said makes me uncomfortable, then now my trust is wavery because I feel like you messing with my brain. Because if I try to videotape you doing this, you're going to say I'm doing something wrong and I'm putting cameras in your face. So that means I can't protect myself. But things that are not okay in my home or on my case continue to get done. I try to stay away from situations, but they be coaxing me into it like, girl, I trust you. You can trust me. I ain't like that. I ain't going to tell nobody this. I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do that. I'm not like that. But you turned around and you did it. I didn't bring up no smoke and no weed. You did. To hurt me. And you turned it around against me. But why would you, offer me anything? Why would you help me out with anything? Why would you do, and then you sit there and led me into the situation like so many other people that's why I'm like this right now. You led me into the situation by saying, like, I'm like your daughter. I'm like your sister. I'm like you this. I'm like you that. So many people. You know what I mean? Not from this specific area this time, but just in general. And then that's what I've been saying has been going on forever, is that I've been getting walked into situations so that I could be blamed or framed. And there is no way that I can go. I can't go left. I can't go right. I can't go backwards. And I dang on sure can't go forward. I was supposed to stop cussing, but it's hard. I sure can't go forward. I definitely can't go backwards, and I definitely can't go forward. And I have on each side of me a group of forces that are working against me. So that's blocked in with the crucified, left, right, forward, backwards, or if you want to say it this, up, down, left, right, north, south, east, west, crucified from every side. And people don't like to change the words that I use. Why can't I look to the Bible for guidance? I feel like I'm being attacked for my religion without them saying nothing because they're just not saying it. I talk about God all the time. If nobody's doing nothing to me, then I don't get it. Like if I'm on my live and I say I'm on my live, regardless if I'm really on my live or not, whatever I'm doing, I don't have to tell nobody what everything I'm doing. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing on my phone when I'm doing on my phone in my home. No matter, you kind of get what I'm saying? It's my home, but you not allowed to come in my home and record my personal moments, my personal flip outs. I had a video of them recording me and they didn't do nothing about it. They didn't care that these people come and try to my home and try to record my personal moments. So no telling what they got for themselves and what they alter, what people move around. I've been feeling this way for a long time. I feel like I've just been, provoked to act a fool so that won't nobody want to service me. But I don't have my stuff out there like that. I don't want nobody, I don't want to be looked at as I'm bashing anything. I'm trying to follow the word of God. Why you think the last thing I want to do is be a person who gonna attack people and do stuff? I don't want to be like that. That's why I was trying to, dead my hours down a little bit so that I could be by myself so this wouldn't happen. But in all reality, I feel like this was bound to happen because it's something that they wanted to happen. It was like to force their hand in this situation. I was just planning on doing a lot of things with my life. How we go from planning on doing things to I gotta get out of company. They been did this, they been did that, did this, they did this for me, this, that. I'm unappreciative. My mental state or my mental issues are causing sabotage in my services. That's not. You guys are supposed to be equipped to handle people with mental conditions. I'm not hitting no people. I'm not running over nobody. I'm not doing nothing to nobody for them to really put me out of company, except the fact that they just don't want to deal with me no more. That's it. The fact that they just don't want to deal with it. It's not because they just don't care. And you can tell they don't care because people who care, they're gonna stay around. And then the lady just sat there and told me, "You're like family. I'm with you." She looked me dead in my eyes. She said, and she had tears in her eyes, and I started crying after we got into it. And she said she's sorry for what I've been through, and she just wanted to try to help me and get to a better place. She played her tears on me, and she played on my weakness and my sensitivity, my empath, because empaths are very sensitive. You played on that, and you played on my emotions, and I would have just called and said, "Hey, I gotta leave this company. It's not working." But you made me stay by making me comfortable like everything was all right, just to turn around 2-3 weeks later and kick me out your company. Which means that everything you did between that time was a frame and a setup, because you kept asking me and getting and buying, and everybody, "Oh, do you want breakfast?" No. Then if I say no, then it's like, "You sure?" I'm gonna get it. It's nothing to it. You don't have to give it back. It's all right. Why would you do all of that? Because at the end of the day, I feel that there was still something for people who needed to have something against me. Something against me. I feel that I was just being put out from the beginning. Like, I feel like I was being forced out. That's what I feel. I can't help it. I can't. Every time I talk, it come out. It just won't stop. I can't get it out my brain. I'm trying to go to some therapy where I can get some eye therapy or whatever you call it on my brain so that they could fix these traumas and these things. I've been dealing with my anxiety though, and I think it's helping me. As you can see, I feel like my anxiety is my method of helping myself is helping me. It's helping my anxiety, it's helping my depression. And I personally felt that it helped me not to get into it with the workers who come in here. But even though I was talking to y'all, they were still like, she's talking to us, she's attacking us, she's saying stuff to us, she's talking about us. They were listening to everything that I was saying, waiting on me to say something. And I didn't even say nothing. When I said this people's name, the camera wasn't even on. I just had the phone still in my hand. And they took the first chance that they get to go kick me out their company. The first thing they could have did to use to kick me out their company and say that I was endangering or causing some type of abuse. That's what they only thing they could kick you out the company for is abuse or whatever. And I'm not trying to abuse nobody. I can't help it. Like, I keep trying to stop uh, talking about my past and talking about God. And the most thing is when I get to talking about God, it all gets mixed up. My past, what people have done to me, the Bible, to God, because this is part of the things that made me hold on so tight to God, you know. So I don't know what to do because I think I'm really being attacked for my religion. That I have no religion, I'm non-denominational, and I have different beliefs because I feel like I talk to God. And I don't think that they like any of that I'm saying because they make me think it's okay to talk to them. I don't know what they say behind my back when I'm not talking to them no more. But I ask permission and I ask people it's okay and I tell them I'm sorry because I don't be meaning to, but that self-control, I'm trying to keep it, but it's not there when it come to that because there's traumas and there's flashes and it's something like in me that I can't stop from doing that. And I don't know what to do. I'm losing my life because people don't want to deal with me. And I don't want to cry or nothing. But I really am. I'm losing my life because people can't, I have to control my anger, but they can't control theirs. And what was said, that should be proof enough that people be angry and mad at me while they be coming to work and they be doing stuff. That's why I feel that way. Like, I don't feel like none of it's on accident because I feel like they was doing stuff to get me out the company. I feel like people feel I'm a liability because I tell the truth. I guess, people don't want nobody who tell the truth all the time. I was told when I stayed on Stay Clear that it's okay to keep it 100, but it's not okay to keep it 1,000. I guess what that people trying to say is too much truth is, not good. And I'm not saying I don't fib here or a little white lie here, white lie, meaning that, it's if I have to for a good reason. But Fox Stocks brought to you by Fiesel Roofing. Quality and integrity every time. Visit FieselInc.com. Ain't nobody perfect. They act like I'm supposed to be perfect. They don't accept me for my mental disability. I don't even have a mental disability. I develop trauma and anxieties and depressions from things that happen. So my life was already lost.
A big Nissan season greeting from everyone at Nissan North Homestead and 990 Nissan. Wishing you and your family a joyous holiday and a happy new year. BigNissan.com.
I gotta get away from this conversation somehow. I keep falling back to it. I don't know why, man. See, that's what I'm saying, and I be blacking out when I be doing it, and I don't even know how I got back to the conversation. But I just know that I need to keep my camera on me so that no one can lie on me. And then it's like you have a horrible attitude. I don't know how to fix it because I don't know what I'm doing. It's coming out like that. I don't know what's going on with my attitude. I don't know what's wrong with my personality. I don't know. So I can't be myself. I'm sorry. Because I don't want to cry, like I said. I don't want to cry. I can't be myself though, because myself is what people don't like. So that's me. That's all I have. That's me. And nobody seems to like myself. So I don't really have a safe place in this world, because if I'm here in my home and people don't like me, then when I go to a hospital or anything, they're not gonna like me, and then I'm gonna be by myself and not in my and not under my own rules.
$11,800 on this Silverado All-Star. Chevrolet, the number one selling brand in Northeast Ohio.
Heidi had torn a ligament in her knee. Thankfully, we had embraced, and so I knew that her surgery would
And
be
then
covered by them. I'm really glad.
I don't even know what to do about the fact that it does look like I'm faking.
To get a free quote.
I don't know what to do about it.
The holidays are just around the corner.
And I'm just in trouble.
Hyundai holidays are here with savings so big.
And maybe that was God's plan, is because I really wasn't doing nothing wrong, but people really making me guilty of being a horrible person.
The more there is to life.
Now lease the Tucson for $169 a month, or get 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 of cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
You know, automation saves you so much, you can put more under the tree. Less than a shopper.
And I guess, I could do my live now. I was doing my live before, remember I had segments and I had different shows and stuff that I wanted to do and start. And I even started a podcast, but I couldn't start it because as soon as I was trying to do it, things went left field. I mean, I can get back on and do my live now, because hopefully it's no one to make me upset or talking about the wrong thing, but I can't help it because I still do it, and I just know that I'm going to do it because I can't stop it when it happens. It's like I black out.
I feel stressed this week. No other week until this week. Now I feel stressed.
What are you so stressed about?
Because Santa's coming.
You talking about your...
And I don't feel like that I'm doing that much to people, because I'm not even out in society with everybody else. I stay in my home all the time. How much can I really do to people except vent? I vent and I talk, but I'm not even putting nobody's names or businesses out there. I put my own business out there, but I don't put their names out there. So I know that little girl.
Santa should have an iPhone. 8% believe they'd like to see him in sneakers, and get this.
I don't know what to do.
14%.
Because no matter what I do, I'm doing something wrong for them. Because why are they deciding to take all this stuff personal?
They want him to shave the beard.
No way.
Crazy people everywhere.
That's why I feel attacked, because they don't care about it, me having anything. They just don't like what I'm saying. Whether it's about them, whether it's about anybody else, whether it's about, they don't like what I'm saying. So they just don't like me, and they don't want to take care of me.
In so many words.
And they're running me into a wall where I won't have any care.
A tradition that has linked so many generations. The one thing you have to your
That's not a quality of life. It's already no quality of life, because people feel just because I keep my house nice that I don't want to enjoy the world. I've never left the place I was born. I've never seen anything outside the city. I see things on TV. I look on my phone. I don't even know about this world for real. I don't get to go nowhere. My whole life, I've been trying to get out of this situation so I could get back to regular life, but I couldn't get out of it. And I can't. And I never experienced life. I never got a chance to experience life. I just got kids. I know fashion. I know things I learned from in the house. Like, if you live in an observation room, that's what I feel. And I just get to go outside and play every once in a while. And it's still like jail.
But everyone thinks that's ridiculous.
There has not been one person like Martha said, oh, please don't start on Santa now. Michael said, stop letting crybabies of the world change or try to change the traditions of our
And
country.
how would you feel? Like, that's seclusion. Whether I was forced to seclude myself or I was secluded, you know, by someone else, pushed this forced into seclusion.
Put some candy in the bags of cold, though, because you can't just have a bag of cold.
How is somebody supposed to be when they live like that? Like, how do you expect a person to react and their behavior to be when they've been inside a house basically with certain people who come visit them? And I don't even know if them people were sent to me now because I'm confused. I had certain people, and all these people did something wrong to me. It was like a life of torture, like mental torture, like emotional torture. We your friends, but then you do something. We your family, but then we do something. We your peoples, but then we do something. We your this, but then we do something. And some of the stuff is not ethical that was done. It's not morals. No morals behind it.
Fox 8 News is brought to you
I ain't lived life like I haven't even got a chance to live life. I'm 33. I ain't never lived life. I know about stuff because I'm smart enough to read and pay attention to some things, and some things I just don't understand. I can't lie to you. Some things I just don't understand.
Family is important to us.
But
and welcome to the family.
when I was young, I didn't even go nowhere. I'm lying. I don't know where I got life experience from, honestly, because I don't even remember living life. I don't remember being involved in life. I remember sitting on my porch after life. I don't even remember participating in life. I remember just being present. I remember my body just being there. I don't remember a lot of stuff that went on. That I remember stuff that went on, but I don't remember me talking. I don't remember me talking unless I had to. I never talked this much in my life. I was never no talkative person. This is a whole total different person than who I was. Because I did not talk to people. I didn't vent on my problems to nobody. I just did. I held it in most of my life. Anything that I felt, I held it in. And I was able to hold it in. Maybe that's why I never knew people had problems with me growing up. Because I never talked about them. I was a kid. And it's almost like the trauma won't let me grow up. I don't even know if I'm behaving like an adult. I'm trying. I don't know how, though. I don't know what to do to be normal.
Let me show you how a veteran does a year-end clearance sale. Save up to $12,000 with great year-end prices, and we'll still give you our 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on all new Chevys. Only at Serpentine Chevy. Welcome to the grand finale of the night.
Yeah, I don't know what to do to be normal.
The winner is...
Oh, man. Finding the tissue. I don't even have no tissue.
Giant Eagle is going plastic-free by 2025. The store.
That's why sometimes I don't know what to think, and my mind be all over the place. Because I see everything under the sun going on at one time with me. That's why I think they be experimenting on me, like they allowed experimenters, like to see what's wrong with me and to take me through this. This is too much like a lab. Like, I feel like I'm a lab rat.
It's really about starting with those things we control most. So you'll see us launch
Cause and effect lab rat. To see the cause and effect, I never agreed to be studied on. I never ever agreed for a study for anything. I never agreed for anything to be done to me. What I did agree to was that I said they could train. I could train the people. If I could get paid, that would help me get a job. If when the people come into my home, they could train. They could use me for training. Like, when people come in, I could train them how to take care of people who are in similar situations or worse, or because I know how to understand people and disabilities. These people pump my head up so bad. You could be an advocate. You could be at this. I love the fact that you talk to me. I love talking about God. I love talking about knowledge. I love this. I love that. And then they turn around and attack me and call me liars And they sit there and say the whole, we believe what you're saying. I know, I believe what you went through. I believe this, I believe that. But I feel like they just opening me up so I could talk about God to them, because that's what all my conversations resort back to is God.
Vacations activate certain systems of the brain that are often under exercise.
And I don't be trying to attack people with God, but I don't know the words. And I can't remember them even if I did read the Bible. Like, I can't remember them right. So I say it the best way I can.
Critical thinking skills they develop.
More vacation time left than ever, yes. A new study finds male
And they don't like the way I'm saying it because they're looking for the negative in what I'm saying and in what I'm doing instead of looking for the positive.
especially important.
They look for the negative
6 million studies, and they found those with male authors
instead of looking at what was positive. My positive outweighed my negative. Regardless, even at this, my positive outweighed my negative, because you didn't even have to be here with me most of the time. As long as you came in and made sure I was all right, and you could go. They didn't have to stay around me all day long or half the day, just as long as I was able to complete my situation. But then what happened was, like, if I got on my live, if I could just finish my live little segments, which only really got to be about 15 minutes, and then I could get to moving. I mute it out, turn the camera around, whatever, depending on the situation, because I don't want to be by myself for this particular reason.
Introducing the all-new 2019 Mazdas, a classic.
If I could just get past that and finish what I'm saying without being interrupted or without being my attention thrown away, then I could get to my next part. But it's almost like I can't do my segments while people are here, while my helpers are here, because they making me feel pressured that I can't do it. They making me feel like I'm doing something wrong because I'm not interacting with them the whole time. But when I wake up in the morning, I want to give my greetings. I want to read my Bible verse. I want to do my horoscope. I want to do my daily bread. I want to do my daily devotions. I want to do my woman's Bible. I want to do my little brown looking like man's Bible. I want to go Google some, I don't want to go through all of that, but I just want to do some of those things because they're daily. Some of my daily things can be done down the line.
The moment the latest technology arrives,
somebody said I was blind.
like that 4K TV and his new smartphone that
That's me, my clairaudient. I hear somebody said I was blind. And they're not talking directly to me. They're talking to someone else, and they said, she's blind.
the longer you look, the more there is to like.
Like there's a conversation going on about me somewhere, and I don't think it's anywhere near me because I really highly doubt that anybody's here. Nobody's here. Nobody's in my other room. That I hope not. Nobody's on my porch. That I hope not. But nobody's upstairs. Nobody's downstairs. Nobody's in the back. Nobody's nowhere around me right now. But I'm hearing these conversations clear. Almost as if they were in my ear. As a matter of fact, almost as if they were in my ear, literally. Like, it's like a mumble. Almost like something is between there, like a wall. Like, I want to give you the feeling. I want to explain to you how I hear things. I know no one's there, but I need to say you on purpose. I feel I have to say you. I have to talk directly to somebody. This is what's helping me. Regardless of anybody find their way to it or not, I doubt it, but because I didn't, but when I'm hearing these things, sometimes there's different frequencies. And the one that I just heard, and see, I just heard somebody say, that's why. And these voices do sound familiar. Because, see, I do hear good things. I hear a lot of the good things. For a long time, I heard nothing bad. I just hear different sides. But if you were to put earplugs in your ears and someone would come up to you and talk to you from the side, like say if you put earplugs in your ears and then someone lays their cheek on your ear,
quite a night, right? Today, both baby and mom are healthy
like a really, really thick earplug. Like you can barely hear them. Like you're trying to hear through a wall. That's what it sounds like. Like you're trying to hear through a wall. It's hard to hear sometimes, but then sometimes, for some reason, the frequency is very clear, and I can hear it very clear. And then sometimes I can barely, barely, barely hear it at all, and it fades. Like it's in and out. I get broken conversation. I can't like just dip into no conversation. I don't even know how I can hear some of these things. But that's why I give God. I give God the glory, because it's got to be Him taking it and giving it. It's got to be Him taking it and giving it, because I've heard people screaming my name and waking me up in the middle. And like last night, I got woke up out of my sleep from talking in my head. They woke me up really. It was startling. And sometimes I get woke up, like I used to get woke up, like just not too long ago, from screaming. Somebody screaming my name.
Rigorous debate.
Rachel!
Really
Like that.
down party lines, that is for sure.
Like waking me
From heated
up.
arguments to grandstanding, moments of silence to comparing President Trump's trial to Jesus. A lot has happened today, but aside from the
So that's kind of what I
the very serious
experienced.
articles of
And I
impeachment being
experienced
considered.
pictures. I
House
see
calendar number
pictures.
61, House Resolution
I
755.
can't stop myself from
Resolved
going into
that
certain
Donald
days,
John
is
Trump,
because I see
President
the
of the United
pictures
States, is
that I need
impeached
to
for high
explain and
crimes
talk
and
about. I
misdemeanors,
see
and that the
things
following articles
in
of
my,
impeachment
like,
be
not,
exhibited to the
I
United
see
States
things in the
Senate.
room. I don't see ghosts, y'all.
The House clerk reading the
I need to know somebody who ever have, for real. Well, I have seen shadows and stuff. I've seen objects move, but I have never seen a real deal ghost. But I've sensed them. I've sensed presences. I feel them.
But Republicans say they've seen no evidence of wrongdoing.
I communicate with the angels. They communicate back. I communicate with God separately, and He communicates back.
Both sides clearly and fiercely divided right down party lines.
It is not a day of joy.
I've been contacted by my archangel, who's Michael.
That we do not have kings, we have presidents.
And then I felt even better when I found out that Michael was Jesus. The angel Michael is Jesus. It's another name for Jesus. And that's when I started learning that He had many names. He was like God. Many names, all things. Because God has many names, because God had no name from the beginning. No name, nothing. There was no name if someone had to create one. God did not have any name whatsoever. That's why people don't know God's name, and everybody uses, because He don't have one. He just is.
In the process of taking a vote at about 7 o'clock. About 7 o'clock, we expect, yeah. Okay.
We'll bring it to you live right here on Fox 8 when it happens.
I don't think it'll be a big surprise how it's going to turn out tonight.
No,
It goes on in the Senate. We'll see what happens.
Too many people are on the fence.
Right.
Thanks, Suzanne. We are officially on Boat Watch. We'll be ready to take it live, of course, when it happens right here on Fox 8 and, of course, fox8.com. Turning to our weather situation now, Ground Fox monitoring the roads tonight after more snow in our eastern counties. For the most part, things look somewhat.
And I heard somebody say to me
For just about everyone. So let's get right to Melissa Mack.
not too long ago,
That's for sure. Definitely equal opportunity with a cold.
I think it was, I don't want to say who it was, and it was a voice
Light snow showers continue as far south as Medina.
from another realm who said, Jesus. And I'm like, who is Jesus? It says Jesus. He didn't say Jesus. He said Jesus. Y-E-S-U-S. Jesus.
Across southern Geauga County along 422. And then also looking to the south.
That was deep for me.
Brunswick and Medina, crossing over 71 through Akron, Cuyahoga Falls, and Suffield Township through Atwater. Also,
which I need to go look that up.
So as we take a look here at what's been happening throughout the morning, the front came through. That was when
what is Y-E-S-U-S? Jesus. Is that even the way it's spelled? You know, I don't even know what it was and what that was for, because I never went and checked it out.
Cold across the board from 17 in Ashtabula to a 19 in Findlay to an 18 in Worcester.
Okay, now I would be a lie if I didn't if I said I didn't see something that time. Because I just said I don't see ghosts, but
So lake effect snow
I have to
between
double. I'm a
Tuesday to
confirmation
Saturday.
person, so I got to look a
Clearing
couple
conditions and
times.
winds also calming, and fresh snowpack in
But I
most
just saw
areas
some type of
between
dark
this
shadow
and
up
cold
there. Like it was very a light dark shadow, not like a black shadow, but like a smoky gray, like a light smoky gray shadow that was just it moved too, and it was like so. I guess my gift is starting to get stronger, which is probably going to scare the dog nuts out of me. And I might start seeing entities, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for all of that yet. So let's just hope I don't ask God to hold off a minute, because I'm not ready for all of that. No, I can't run out of here, but I could open my door. Maybe I should open my door for a second to let it out. I'm about to light my frankincense, y'all. This is what probably is lurking in my home. You have to be careful who you let in your home, because certain energies can affect your home. I can't even be a spiritual person because this would offend people. I just almost got in trouble at the other house because the lady said I was burning incense and doing stuff to her with them. I was making her feel some type of way.
An exciting day in Mentor. My daughter called me this morning. She says, Dad,
Not
did
from
you
over
check your
here,
numbers?
like a whole bunch of months ago.
The largest lottery jackpot ever in Ohio sold at this giant
And it's
eagle.
crazy because I realize that no matter how I break down, don't smoke cigarettes.
One $2 ticket sold here now worth
I don't want to talk about my stomach right now.
The identity of the lucky winner still
But
missing.
and it's kind of like I do pretend somebody talking to me. It feels, but that's how you know I probably have lost my mind. Like over here, I pretend like people in front of me and talking to me, but in all reality, the only people really talking to me is the people in my head, and it's not a whole lot. Like a whole bunch of conversations all the time, like a hall room full of people. It's not like that. Just like something is connecting me with certain people, certain places. I don't know where they at. I know some of them down here. I know some of them up there. I know some of them down there. So I'm not the one to sit there and say I just talk to angels. I talk to demons too. I do. I can't lie and say I don't, because who am I to ignore anybody? I don't have to listen to you and do what you say, but who am I to ignore you? I don't want to be ignored. I know what it's like to be alone and ignored and no one to listen to you.
I'm 78
I
years
do.
old. I would spend that money in the next 5 years, all of it. I would give it
I
away.
feel bad for the demons.
I think just about everybody who's watching me now has thought about what they would do
I don't
if
want.
they became an instant multi-millionaire.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
Cash prize, again, the largest.
Because I believe that all they need is love.
The lottery commission is asking
All they
the
need is
person
real
who
love,
has
genuine
that
love.
to take good care of it.
And maybe they wouldn't
Cash it in if you
act
don't
like
have it.
that.
But great surprise.
And demons are entities, spirits, forces that can manifest into physical form through people, through things, you know.
Yeah, ultimately, you'd hope so, and maybe they just right now are just sitting back and enjoying the thought of what they may do. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Obscene carjackers carried out this attack, and it led to a Fox 8 I-team investigation. Now see what we've uncovered.
In a minute, I probably won't be able to wipe them.
Hit criminals on your
Hopefully I will. I ain't gonna wish that on myself.
Kids busted for felony crime. So what's being done about it? IT reporter Ed Young here playing the show.
But people, they hate me for being wanting. I think they hate me because that's all I feel when they come in. Like when people come in, and not when I say they, it's not no one in particular. Certain people come in, and I feel hate start to produce off of them, starts to pump off of them.
Last week, investigators in Cleveland said,
And it feels so strong that I end up being the one bursting out. I have an outburst because I can feel something so strong projecting off of some people that I have like an allergic reaction, and I get upset, I get irritated, and it's like something's beating me up, so I'm feeling, I get attacked. I get attacked, and when I get attacked, it makes me scream out bloody murder, and it makes me scream. It makes me pump hate, but that's what empaths do. I'm getting kicked out of society for being an empath. I'm getting kicked out of my services for being an empath. I'm getting persecuted for being an empath because I mimic people and I display other people's true selves. Like, I would like somebody to, as an empath, study me, but not hurt me. I want them to study me as an empath so I could know for sure. So I could have confirmation. I know for sure, but I want it on paper and I want people to believe me. I don't want to be looked at as I'm crazy. It's already the rest of my life.
Make them face tougher punishment. We met this grandmother of 2 teens in the
Let me
recent
open the door.
carjackings. She blamed peer pressure.
To let anything that's in here that shouldn't be in here out. God, please keep me protected under your shelter. And please shine your light on me. Guide the way. Give me the truth. Give me the light. Forgive me for the things that I have done and forgive me for the things that I will do because I am not perfect and I know I will do again. I just ask that you protect me and protect those who are around me. I'm asking that you clear the minds and unblind the eyes and the hearts of the people, of your children. Claim your children. Love your children.
Thank you.
Show them the light. You show me the light, show them the light. I try to help. I need you to help me, help you, help them. And someone just said that's too much responsibility. But God don't put more on you than you can handle. So apparently, I must can handle this, and I don't know that I can handle it. But my tarot cards say I can. My spirit guides say I can. They be rooting me on. Like, go ahead, baby. They don't do it no more because I haven't heard it in a long time. So sometimes I feel like I lost connection with something somewhere a little bit further away. But go ahead, baby. I ask for my angels. That's what I need. The angels that God has sent to me, not the angels that have chosen me. Because, there are fallen angels and there are angels that are still holy to God. Somebody's walking up here.
Police are called to Rocky River Park after a teacher reports that while on a field trip with a small group of students, one of them, a 13-year-old boy, has fallen off a break wall into the chilly waters of Lake Erie. With the air temperature hovering near freezing,
I'm asking for my angels that are going to help and protect me. So I also want protection and understanding for other people. Give them understanding. Give them protection so that they'll be okay. But don't protect them when they're doing wrong. I can't ask for that because it would not be right. I just want people to see clear.
The group had wandered onto private lakefront property. The officers searched the shoreline until they eventually
So I ask you, God, to protect me.
And the 13-year-old boy down
and don't let me go. Hold me and don't let me go. Don't leave me. Stay here with me. Watch over me.
Ready? Patrolman Hamway then throws a rope down to the boy and tells him to put a lasso around
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Say la. Amen. See, I'm not good at really doing prayers, but I talk to them just regular. I'm not good at doing prayers.
With the officers, the teacher, and the other students pulling the rope together, they are able to pull the boy to safety. He was
supposed to stop smoking the cigarettes yesterday just in case. There was a baby in there, and
the Rocky River police officers
felt great. It's great when you can save somebody like that.
I can't seem to stop because I keep getting overly stressed out and I have no outlet. I don't have a blunt smoke. Yes, I've said it. And I can't get medical because I'm kind of lightweight refused
just
a
another
lot of
day on the job.
medicine,
Yeah,
all
but you
pretty
know, when
much
you're dealing with water that cold, I
all
think every
medicine that
single voice
doesn't
I
have
can
to
It
do
was
hear.
so
with
vital for them to get there, hypothermia might
infections
set in.
and like
It wasn't
antibiotics
any longer for them to find him,
and
so
with
they did a
mental,
great job.
they give me mental
Sure.
medicine
Officers in one local community got to
and they
spread some
give
holiday
me
cheer today, surprising some of their drivers get
antibiotics.
pulled over. Instead of
I
a
don't get
ticket,
anything
they got a
else.
friendly warning and some cash. Fox
I
8's
don't get
Peggy
anything to
got
cope
to
with my
witness the
pain.
joyous reactions.
We are doing our $100 traffic stop campaign. Drivers were all smiles.
These medicines don't do nothing but make my anxiety worse and my thought
Instead of issuing
patterns
traffic
and thinking,
citations,
memory,
we're
everything
giving
worse.
people $100
It's like
bills. Trying to
deterioration
help with the
of the
holidays, help
normal
with
you.
the
They take
Christmas
you away,
season.
they
Several
kill
people
you
stopped in the
and
small
creates a
village of
totally different
Doylestown
person.
Wednesday.
That's what the
All drove
medicine does.
away
Is it
$100 richer.
eliminates the real you and creates an alternate
This
you.
$100 traffic stop campaign is now a favorite
And
for
it's
the
an alternate
tradition
you
for
that's
officers
nothing to
here.
do.
So about 5 years ago,
It's
we
not
were
really,
approached
it's you,
by
but it's not really
a
you.
family who wishes to remain anonymous.
I want to open this door
Who
to
had
get,
seen a $100 traffic stop.
should be in here out.
I guess holiday
Negativity out.
online or
That's why I try to
somewhere,
keep my peace
and,
water going, my incense
it's a good way
burning, my
for them to give back
music.
to the community. So they, since 5 years ago,
I'm
have
gonna
given
open
us
this all the way
$1,000 every year.
The officers stopped drivers for minor traffic violations.
Lieutenant Milburn
So
told
that
South PD
I can see if somebody coming.
lane violation on Gate
Kind of
Street.
A
paranoid
few
right
minutes
now.
later, the officer returns with a friendly warning and the cash.
We are stopping people for legitimate violations. Also, in lieu of issuing citations, we're
Get this clip off of
Drivers
here.
stopped Wednesday were extremely happy. And some even knew exactly
I don't even
how
think
to
I could
get
get
the
it off. I
cash.
have to
So what are you
try.
gonna do with the
Sorry guys, I gotta
Saved the money
bite this.
to use to spread Christmas cheer. A great holiday, and everyone who stopped was very grateful. Thank you very much.
Well, that
In
needs to be
Doylestown,
washed.
Peggy Gellis, Fox 8 News.
Hats off to Doylestown PD and that anonymous donor. Thanks, Peggy. ODOT cameras picked up this rare sight this morning. You see right there, thunder snow. There's no sound, but you can see the flash of lightning. Thunder snow's rare because ground temperatures in the winter are usually too cold. In simple terms, it's when a storm is strong enough to have thunder, but still cold enough to still have snow.
God has got to been protecting me for this long because all the people who don't like me, you can tell they don't like me because they don't come around me. They can't say that they like me. So I should have been gone probably. But I'm still here, so apparently God has been protecting me in some way, but it's gaining that self-control not to have those traumas, and people don't know how hard it is not to have them.
Snow for all of us, but a trace to an inch or two. Those storm totals are coming in slowly but surely. As
Mental
of right
health
now, for
awareness.
Canton,
Yep.
storm total 2 inches. Yet Portland and Trumbull County 4.8 inches. I think there will be a lot of people located between the 1 inch and 2 inch mark from early this morning up to about 5 or 6 inches. So we'll really stay tuned for those
Volcanoes
as they
in
come in this
Peru.
evening. So at this
Aviation
moment,
color
it's
not
pretty
giving
quiet,
ashes
quiet
detected.
downtown. Still some lake effects
So
still
many.
lingering, but it's very sporadic. It's not that the organized road conditions shouldn't be too bad. 27 the official high today. Same as Chicago, 29 Columbus, 27 Pittsburgh as well. Where does that put us normal range? Well, we're 10 degrees below normal today, normal 37.
My wrist is slowly feel like my bones are deteriorating in my left arm from when it got pulled out of the socket a couple years ago. That's a problem that never got addressed, but that's not a problem with anybody.
Lake effect snow is tapering off early tonight, already in the process of doing so.
And my arm,
Begins this weekend. We're
on
talking
Christmas is a couple days.
at least.
I didn't
And
even
the winter
realize that.
solstice officially
And my
Saturday,
arm
this Saturday, the 21st at 11:19 p.m. Temperature-wise, we have
keep
lots of
cracking
heat
and
starting
the
to show up in the board. 19
joints
in
keep
County
popping.
Line,
It's not even a normal. It's
17
almost like
Sevilla, 18 Ravenna, and a 19 in Fort Clinton.
something's
Well,
wrong.
those wind chills, they really hurt in the single
I think it's
digits.
coming from when my arm got pulled out.
Going to help us a bit.
So it's
The wind
just,
chill factor is the winds are going to die down a bit, but it's also going to allow for temperatures to cool off even more tonight. So we're looking at this cold pool of air across the entire
arm keep popping and my ankle keep popping. Yes, I am all broken up. My ankles, my body is just through. It is, but I try. get it back together. That's why I got my exercise bands
Scattered light flurries and
that
snow
got
showers
given to
located
me
along State
today,
Highway 20
and
through Summit and Portage counties. Let's go ahead and take a zoom here. Very
try to
few
look for
flurries and
some
snow showers
adaptive
Ashtabula County. A
living
few
stuff.
areas
That's
including light snow
some
falling in
hope,
Leroy
right?
Township, through Hamden Township, Chesterland along 322 through
I
Orwell,
gotta live
and then
both
still into
ways, with
Auburn
hope and
County.
no
Start to see
hope.
more breaks in that too toward Middlefield. Those higher elevations
Feel
definitely
like if I get too
adding
happy, I'm gonna get
frozen
shut
energy
down
to the
again. I don't
atmosphere.
know.
Then even
Oh my
from
God, I think
Medina
I'm going back
through
into it. I gotta
Akron,
come
through
out.
Suffield and Atwater along that 224 stretch. Maybe a little slow going, a little slick in spots too. Overall, you'll see the nation's midsection is quiet. We have the lake effect snow that will be dwindling down overnight tonight, and the Pacific Northwest and the system is affecting them. So we still have some areas of lake effect snow warnings, winter weather advisories, wind chill warnings as well, and watches. However, then you head all the way up the Pacific Northwest, and that's where the next area of concern is. Otherwise, everything in between, all is rather quiet. So as the lake effect snow tapers off, we're going to give way to some clearer conditions, which will allow for more radiational cooling on top of fresh snowpack and these very, very cold mornings.
I don't even know how to be
And then
scared.
tomorrow, lots of sunshine, but still somewhat
But
anemic,
scared
where high temperatures are going to rise
turns
into Illinois
into
once again. We're going to head
hostility
back
and
to near normal
defensive and
territory Friday with solid and
offensive and
sunshine.
defensive,
And the
whatever you
weekend
call
prior to
it.
Christmas looks rather mild,
Guards go
at least
up.
above normal, as we head into Saturday and Sunday
Guards
for
go up.
pleasant shopping. And then even Monday into Tuesday, Christmas Eve, warmer even into Christmas. Looks like another cool down will smack us
At least
Black
everybody
Friday.
got snow
The
for
following
Christmas.
weekend, which will be the last weekend of 2019. Oh boy, here we go. So for
Aside,
tonight, we're looking at temperatures followed by
I
the
felt
morning
like it was
hours of the
baby
upper
up under my
60s and upper
ribs.
teens.
This baby
Lake effect snow
just be
today breaking
moving
off, so we'll have
around.
isolated clouds around, otherwise clearing elsewhere.
So
Upper
I
20s
have to
tomorrow,
lean
partly
over
cloudy
because
with
the baby
isolated
not even
showers
that
running
big
across the
and
Mississippi
it's under my
Gulf. So
rib.
near normal with that
It's the
sunshine Friday.
sting
You
in
know
my
that's the
rib
end,
this time
but lots
too.
of sunshine too. Saturday,
Yesterday it wasn't in
Sunday,
my rib, it went in my
Monday, we're
back,
looking at a high
which
of
was not
50.
that bad.
Tuesday,
I felt
Christmas
a
Eve,
little relief
high
in my
temperatures
front. I
heading
could
40.
breathe,
So as we have several days
but
without the snow, but some
I felt
sunshine,
uncomfortable leaning to the
clear
back
skies
because
and
I ain't want my
sunny
bones to
conditions
squash the
back.
baby.
So
I
Christmas is
don't, you
looking
know.
less and less likely to be a white one this year. Partly cloudy on Christmas Day, highs in the 40s. Well, at least no rain to make a
Gotta stay stable minded, but I feel like people don't help me stay stable minded. This is the reason people drove me so crazy before. Like I feel like I got laced before. I don't know if I really did. Because I know it was also symptoms of a spiritual awakening. But I lost my kids. And I can only look at that and say, God, remove things from my life so I could be more attentive and pay attention to Him to do what I was supposed to be doing. And as long as those things could be balanced out, that I could still have my children. But it's almost like I can't have my children, can't have my life back, you know. And I'm not really mad at Him for that, but I'm just more a little upset about how everybody else is handling it because
No other Chevy dealer does that. Don't forget about our 2-year, 100,000-mile warranty on Serpentini certified.
it's almost like people are offended with the God thing. I can't be a child of God, and just because I claim to be a child of God, I'm being persecuted. That's how I feel. That's how it is. That's what's going on. And just like when I was talking to I was studying with the Jehovah's, and they said, you know, these times are called the end of the end times, which means we're in the end times, but it's the end of the end times. And then they say stick with a congregation, but no congregation want me in there. No congregation really accept me. It's like they say they'll accept me, but the same things do things to make me not feel comfortable or belonged, and they're trying to, you know, change my way of thinking.
Homeownership goals. With our world-class innovation and years of expertise, we promise to be with you every step of the way.
And then if I don't say anything, I feel like I'm disobeying God because apparently He makes me talk about it and He makes me say this, but somehow I feel like people would rather say that was the devil rather than God. And then that's when I realized they're giving power to something that doesn't exist. And by giving power to something that doesn't exist, you manifest and you create it.
Like really, really love us. Ready for peace of mind? Go to havensimple.com and apply it today.
I do personally feel if no one believed in the devil, that would help. And I'm not saying like in a mean way, like, but I'm saying like, yeah, if no one believed in him, he would have no power to exist. Just like a lot of false idols, they would have no power to exist if people didn't give them the power to exist. They exist through the people. They don't exist. They exist through the people because the people keep them alive, you know? That's why I don't stay, steady with one name or one, it's all things, all religions. It's one religion. It's all, you know? And then you read, it says he created all these different languages, which created different religions. And it was to confuse people, to get for them to get to the gates, to get to heaven, which still can't do that. Even if, because they tried to build a ladder to heaven that was not going to reach.
It's never going to affect me, but then it's like, does it cause a little friction between you and a teammate who doesn't necessarily
but to find a way and to be able to,
it's just done. This time just put it to bed, like, I'm going to be here.
That he will. Well, both Nick Chubb and Jarvis Landry acknowledge their Pro Bowl selections and appreciating the support of teammates and the fans. And for Landry,
he didn't want his plan understood by everybody.
I would never look to another team during a game, especially that we're losing.
But the problem is they not giving the right, I feel, my opinion, is not giving the right truth to people.
Don't try to slander my name
So that gives him no choice but for him to give the truth, however he give it. God speak to a lot of people throughout time, you know.
He is, of course, from the Mentor Cardinal signing with Kent State University. Of course, scenes like this taking place all over the country. And in keeping with that Kent State theme, guys, Kent State Golden Flashes continue to get their work in and enjoy the Texas hospitality. They're a couple of days away from their third bowl appearance in school history. The Golden Flashes facing the Utah State Aggies on Friday in the Frisco Bowl. Aggies are 7-5 on the year, and Kent State at 6-6. Cavaliers on the court tonight at, can we just call it the house? I mean, everybody wants to know what you call it. The Rocket, the Field House, the Mortgage Place. Here's first. They're at the house tonight. And by the way, you remember this name, David Blatt, former Cavaliers head coach. He is back in the NBA now. He is a consultant with the New York Knicks.
Ooh. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good coach. We liked him here when he was here.
It was a very short and abrupt way that he ended his stay here, but yeah, he was very successful when he was here. But there were certain folks in the organization that wanted things to change. I think there was a certain person.
You happy about your Golden Flashes in the bowl?
Oh, yeah.